today's cup of coffee, we're having technical difficulties, but what else
Slight.
is... That's not new.
It's okay. Slight technical difficulties.
Paradankness each and every morning with your coffee.
We. I hope it's not. I hope it's not.
You hope it's not with your coffee?
I hope it's not any paradankness today.
It's always paradankness with us. It's always paradankness.
Let it be not today.
Well,
Not today.
it goes with this story. And this is interesting, but disturbing, but confusing.
Okay.
Sort of like life. Yeah. And this comes...
Dangerous. Slightly confused.
Yeah, I've been confused for years. I really have. From Daily Mail, this is by James Gordon and was on May the 8th of 2023. A retired Navy senior petty officer, chief petty officer,
Cheech.
there's a difference there,
Petty.
has
Very
said
petty.
that he witnessed a metallic orb in Afghanistan similar to the one that was displayed in a video during a recent Senate hearing. However, due to security agreements and the fear of legal consequences, he is unable to come forward with more detailed information.
Why doesn't he just do it, like, anonymously?
We're going to get to that. You would think that would be the simple thing to do, but remember, this is government we're dealing with.
Anonymously.
Yeah. And the retired Navy senior chief, whose identity continues to remain anonymous, has said there is a need for a secure method for individuals to report potential unidentified flying objects or UFOs. The retired Navy senior chief told Fox News, quote, "I'm going to be honest with you. I'd love to tell everything in detail, but I'm not willing to go to jail to do it. I'm constrained because of security agreements, so they need a way for submissions to be made," end quote.
Damn.
Yeah. Because a lot of these things, people know stuff.
People know too much, and that's why the government's scared.
Exactly. Well,
the government is scared of the people, and that's why they're trying to kill the people, and quickly.
Right. That's the reason a lot of these people end up suicided with 2 shots to the back of the head.
Yeah.
That's not... God, I wish I would say that.
That's why we are on
uncommon.
stage 7 of, what was it? Genocide.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah.
And stage 4 of, some other thing.
Yeah, well, and then you got that 2030 agenda. Yeah. Happy times.
Right.
And according to the retired Navy senior, he, along with other military service members, observed a metallic orb from above in Afghanistan in the early 2000s. So apparently they were flying above this orb. But being constrained by security protocols, it means the materials that were collected were unable to be shared and analyzed.
Love that.
Yeah. The Navy retiree stated, quote, "There's quite a bit of gray here because the customer we were working for at the time retained all collected materials, but I know where the bodies are buried, not necessarily where the digital data is, though."
Yeah, you got the bumper sticker for that.
Yeah, really. "I can point them in the right direction," end quote. The very lack of such a secure reporting mechanism was criticized by lawmakers from both parties following the April 19th hearing of the Isle Domain Anomaly Resolution Office, the AARO, before the Senate Armed Services Subcommittee on Emerging Threats and Capabilities, because only the government is going to make something that could have been simple that damned complex.
Yeah.
That's why they get the big bucks, folks. The AARO, an agency within the U.S. Office of the Secretary of Defense, that tells you all you need to know right there.
Mm-hmm.
Because anything that's concerned with DOD or anything like that, yeah, investigates unidentified anomalous phenomena, UAPs, which is the U.S. government's term for UFOs, because they thought that rebranding it would help. Do you think it's helped?
The DODs. Damned old dudes.
Yes. You are exactly correct on that. And it says that during last month's hearing, Dr. Sean Kirkpatrick, the head of the agency, presented video clips but noted that the available data was insufficient to fully identify the events captured, simply describing them as, quote, unresolved cases. Kirkpatrick stated, quote, this is essentially all the data we have of this event. It's going to be virtually impossible to fully identify that just based off of that video. Kirkpatrick said that his office is currently tracking 650 cases. In response to the hearing, Democratic Senator Mark Warner and Republican Marco Rubio. I was close. It could be
Marco.
That's what his friends call him in private, is Marcio. See, I was on the inner circle on that.
Marcio and Polio.
Anyhow, he penned a letter.
I'll come. Damn it! Now that was funny.
He penned a letter to the Department of Defense, or DOD, our friends, and expressing their concerns. There is no secure process for witnesses of UFOs to come forward safely. Speaking to Fox, Rubio acknowledged the public's concerns regarding unidentified objects in the country's airspace and near facilities. Rubio referred to February's incident in which the Biden administration shot down Chinese spy balloons and 3 other UAPs, emphasizing the need for transparency and information sharing with Congress. Like that's going to happen.
That ain't gonna happen.
Welcome to the latest Dog and Pony Show, along with Smoke and Mirrors.
Right.
Rubio's.
Hi, welcome to the government.
Welcome to the fucking circus where the clowns are in charge.
Yeah. Clown world.
Yeah, it is truly clown world. And Rubio said that there are not only are American public lacking information about such incidents, but lawmakers responsible for oversight are also being denied critical details. Critical details so that they could do what?
I don't know.
We've had lots of critical details, and it's just, okay, I think they ought to give out acting awards for some of these people, because they get up there, they talk big, and nothing is ever done.
People fall for it every single time.
So.
And will always fall for it.
Yeah. Yeah, that's really sad. And Rubio stated, quote, what's worse, our government spent too many years ignoring or downplaying the threat. Thankfully, that is beginning to change, but as we saw earlier this year, the defense and intelligence communities are still struggling, end quote.
No wonder.
I think it's called obfuscating.
What?
I shouldn't have even tried that one.
What?
It's called bullshitting and pulling the wool over the public's eyes.
Filibuster.
Yeah, well, that's,
where you go over your
I don't want to do a Biden
speaking.
where I can't speak.
You go over time limit when speaking.
Oh, Rand Paul was
And
the best
ramble.
one ever on the filibuster.
Yeah.
I like Rand Paul.
That's
I
what
voted
they
for
do.
Ron Paul back in the day.
That's what they do.
Yeah. During April's hearing, the video shot from an MQ-9 Reaper drone in the Middle East in 2022 pans across desert scrub over buildings, vehicles, and people struggling to keep up with a spherical object zooming over their heads. We're going to have that video for you here in a minute, hopefully. We're going to try that because we're doing the tech thing.
Yeah, we do.
And
it's a thing, all right.
it is very similar to Reaper drone videos currently held on classified servers, described by an intelligence official to DailyMail.com last October, of orbs flying around, then suddenly bolting off the screen. And like I said, we'll see that here in just a minute. It is also similar to a drone camera image dubbed the Mosul Orb, linked to documentarian Jeremy Corbell.
Who?
He was the one that made the Bob Lazar documentary.
How bizarre. That horrible Bob Lazar
Documentary. Apparently, he does have connections somewhere through there. I don't know. But he's got himself inserted. It'd been better if they had used George Knapp. I don't know. There's something about George Knapp that is much more believable.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. Maybe it's just how Corbell acted around Joe Rogan. And anyhow, the first reported, huh?
Like a coked out ass.
Oh God, it was ridiculous. He was totally starstruck. And anyhow, it's the first reported by the DailyMail.com earlier this year of a metallic-looking spherical object over an Iraqi city. Kirkpatrick revealed statistics gleaned from AARO's UFO cases from 1996 to present day, describing, quote, typically reported UAP characteristics, including round, atypical orientation. And
I don't know why.
there's a quote somewhere in there. What?
I don't know why every single time you say AARO, I think you're going to say
ARP.
ARP.
Yeah, they'd be old people examining the UFOs.
Right?
That's about what's
They've been
going
looking
on.
out their windows with a pair of binoculars. That's
It's like, honey, that ain't a UFO. You got a cataract. You need to see a doctor about that. He can give you some eye drops. Anyhow, it says 1 to 4
You got a hair on you.
meter size.
You got a hair on your lens, my dude. Just look at it. It's okay.
These are also white, silver, and translucent in color, and fly at altitudes of 10,000 to 30,000 feet. Also, speeds ranging from stationary to Mach 2, which is 1,534 miles per hour. Typically, there was no thermal exhaust detected from the objects, and they were caught only intermittently on 8 to 12 gigahertz radar and 1 to 3 gigahertz or 8 to 12 gigahertz radio. So that's pretty significant. These things, that's why a lot of people think they're interdimensional, because whatever it is, they defy physics of this current realm. And Kirkpatrick presented a map of reported UAP hotspots showing concentrations on the U.S. East and West coasts, the Middle East around Iraq, and the Sea of Japan between Japan, South Korea, and North Korea. However, he cautioned that this could be a collection bias, as these locations where the U.S. military has the most assets to catch UFOs on camera and radar. Or that they've got, that they're the ones that are doing this stuff.
Uh-huh.
So,
because they're the ones that's doing this shit.
A lot of it, I think there's been rumored for a long time. This goes back to Operation Paperclip, that a lot of this stuff that people think are UFOs is actually, some kind of military something that has not been and will not be released where the public knows about it.
A lot of it is.
So,
and a lot of it is not. It's just a matter of distinguishing which one is not.
Yeah. It says that 32.2% of AARO's cases flew at 20,000 feet and 23.5% at 25,000 feet. Only 4.3% were spotted above 30,000 feet, and 52% were described as orbs, round, or sphere, with 23% that they were unable to determine the shape due to ambiguous sensor contact. Despite some of the most famous recent cases involving sightings by Navy pilots of the east and west coast of the U.S., only 1% of cases were described as having tic-tac shape and the 2% cylinder. And that was where the pilot said, that was one of the famous ones, with the flying tic-tac shaped thing.
It looked like a pill.
It did look like a pill. It said that 2% had a disc shape and 2% were triangular. Now, the triangular ones, those are, I've heard quite a few people discuss that.
But when everybody talks about UFO, they always talk about the discs.
Well, that's just as far as the Hollywood thing, and it goes back to Roswell and how that was described. And I've even heard people say that the actual wreckage that was put on the back of the flatbed truck was not your typical UFO disc-looking thing. It looked more like an acorn. An upside-down acorn.
That's what I thought.
And there's people that say that there was actually 2, not 1, crash during that time. So, anyhow, it
Because, I
says,
mean, if there's individual pods, of course they're going to be acorn-shaped.
yeah. Yeah, we don't know that these things, the grays, are not some kind of androids or something. Yeah, I mean, they don't
I
necessarily
mean, the
have to be.
designs make sense.
Sure, sure. And Kirkpatrick said of his office's mission, and this is what he stated to senators at his hearing, quote, that the office will follow scientific evidence wherever it leads. Trust the science.
Yeah.
I think not in this day and time. And he said, this is a hunt mission for what might someone be doing in our backyard that we don't know about, end quote. The citizens are concerned about what the hell they're doing in our front yard. And anyhow, he
They're
said,
too concerned about what we're doing in our front yard. They're too
yeah,
concerned about what we're doing in our own houses.
I mean, that's the reason that they got to
Behind
do the
closed doors.
listening to everything. And Kirkpatrick has dozens of scientists at work on case files.
There are people out there concerned that we are over here watching SpongeBob.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But on your screen, we've got one of two. There's the other one of this sphere.
Uh-huh.
And if I can get this to work, and the video, the link from Daily Mail will be in the description box.
Yes.
So that's where we're getting these images and stuff. And hopefully this will work. And this is the footage of the sphere as it's flying. And because it is such a short video, we'll go ahead and show that again. That's some scary stuff.
It is, but it's cool.
And it's like, what the hell is that?
I don't know.
I mean, it's not a drone.
It looks like a BB in a way. Like a giant BB.
Yeah. But this is something that where military have witnessed these things. I know I would like to know what it is.
I would like to know as well.
It's not any kind of drone technology that has been released to the public.
It's that fucking sphere thing from that horror movie.
What was it? Phantasm?
Phantasm.
Oh my God, that's it. That's it. I guarantee you. You're absolutely right. It's just that the three little things that
haven't come out.
Go in the eyes.
The blades. Spiky blades.
Well, I can see very easily how that the Undertaker would be, capturing the souls and shrinking them and selling them as slaves to the other dimensions.
I can see that too.
Because that's what happened in some of the other ones. God help.
I don't know about that happening, but there's certainly other shit happening. Certainly capturing of souls somewhere.
That's exactly what they're trying to do. This is a spiritual, it is an interdimensional war that we're in. And there's a lot of people that they don't get that.
No.
Fallen angels. All this stuff is fallen angel technology.
Yes.
And that's where it goes in with the reptilians.
Yes.
All kinds of stuff out there. We have no clue. But I think that the people are getting an inkling of, if nothing else, they're like, we've been deceived for years. And it's like, no shit. Alex Jones been trying to tell people for, what, 20, 30 years, something like that. And they wanted to shut him up, shut him down, cancel him, call him crazy. That and David Icke, he's gone through it too.
Yeah. A lot of people being unpersoned.
I mean, just because if somebody says, if society says that somebody is totally crazy, that's a person you need to listen to for yourself and make your own determination of whether they're crazy or not.
Yeah.
Even crazy people can be right about some things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just because they're crazy doesn't mean they're stupid.
Right. That was like Charles Manson when he's like, about him being a product of current society. He was absolutely correct.
Oh, yeah. Him and many others.
He was crazy because you could listen to him for a while and it's like, damn, he makes sense. I never have finished that
Isn't
book.
it horrifying?
I never have totally finished that book about him and Bugliosi being an absolute ass.
I haven't finished Helter Skelter, nor do I want to.
I'm going to wait till I finish this book, and then you can go on and it can be determined whether or not you need to read that. And poor little Ted Kaczynski. He warned about this. He truly did warn about a lot of this technology. And being a victim of MK Ultra himself, he very much understands what governments can do. It's not the people's. It's the government's.
Yes.
Each and every time in every nation.
That's what people are waking up to.
Well, that's where the people... And this is why David Icke got banned from like 23 countries.
This is why TikTok is getting banned from America.
Well, with David Icke, the only thing he was doing was going to these people and he was explaining to the public. He's like, look, the ones that want to be the overlords are a very small group. If the people would wake up, open their eyes, and realize that there are vast numbers of them, then the overlords have no more power.
Exactly.
And for that, they banned him from like 23 countries. And that was all that the man had said.
But that's all that needs to be said.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And that's what people need to continue to scream.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Find out who the they is. Find out what the science is. Find out who's funding it and who, who will benefit from it.
Yeah.
And that goes for any of these talking heads on the screens and stuff like that. Find out who sponsors them. Products that you use daily. Find out what their philosophy is, and if it goes against yours, don't buy the shit. There's usually alternatives on most products. That or you may find out that you can live without it. Aliens. Damned aliens.
Damned government.
Yeah. Same thing. Same thing. Final thoughts on the flying orbs. And our ability, hopefully, to show a clip.
What was that movie again?
Oh, Phantasm.
Phantasm. It's Phantasm.
Oh, God, I think that we got the Undertaker in the White House, only he's not as coherent.
Yeah, that's what I think.
Jesus Christ, help us, please. If you've had experiences with paranormal or supernatural encounters with UFOs, aliens, cryptids, don't even talk to us. Don't put nothing about the government because they watching.
Oh
they
no,
watching. It's the Lalonde brothers. If you're not paranoid, you're not paying attention.
Spill the tea.
I wouldn't want to put anybody in danger. I really wouldn't.
No, you can do it to us. Give it to us privately. We ain't going to say shit, but...
Do you think that these people don't read people's emails?
I mean, they do, but...
Yeah. So, anyhow, cupofcoffeewithscream at gmail.com. I will eventually, if my world will stand still for a minute, if I can just get to where I feel like I'm standing still for a minute, I will get to the emails. And the link to the description, all that stuff is there in... Link to the article, rather. All that's there in the description box.
Yes, everything is in the description box.
It's there. It's all there. Yes.
If you like this video, don't forget to like, share, comment, and most of all, subscribe and click that notification button for our daily notifications of our daily uploads. Thank you all, and have a good.
Did I go too over the top politically? He's looking at me. I don't think so. I could have gotten really down and dirty with a lot of it.
You could have got a lot more. You could have got more
we try not
with
to,
it, but...
We try not to do the politics thing because all that is, it's a uniparty. I think most people are aware of that. And that they're pitting the people against each other.
The two-party system is a illusion.
Sure.
And it's fraudulent, flat out. Yeah. And literally, if people wake up to see that it's literally us against them.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's true of any nation. There
and that's
have been
the true.
So many as far as whoever that they want to. I guess they won the coin toss who gets to play ruler. Yeah. They better enjoy it because there is one king.
Yeah.
And he gonna return and he's pissed. So know that you're loved.
Yes.
Let's pray one for another.
Yes.
Be kind to yourself. Be kind to other people that are put in your path. And Lord willing, we'll see you on the next cut.
Yep.
Bye.